Are you just starting in Rainbow Six Siege and finding it incredibly difficult? Are you perhaps stuck at a rank and the next one seems unreachable? Sometimes it may seem impossible to gain elo in Rainbow Six Siege, but by listening to these 5 tips, you will greatly improve and have a better chance of reaching that next glorious rank. A little bit of context about me. I'm currently a Plat in R6 and I have 683 hours on the game. I really need to get a life. I began my R6 journey about a year ago and have been improving ever since. I've been through the ups and downs of ranked R6, and so I'd like to share with you some things that I've learned that really helped me improve in Siege. Keep playing the game, don't give up. Now, this may seem like a pretty obvious piece of advice, but it's probably one of the most important. R6 is an incredibly difficult and often frustrating game to play, especially if you're just starting. You may run into people who are way better than you, or lose in ways that are completely out of your control. These are circumstances that can make the game infuriating at times, especially when trying to climb the ranked ladder. The best piece of advice I can give is keep playing and keep trying. Maybe if you get frustrated, take a break for a few minutes, then come back. But without time put into the game, it will be nearly impossible to improve and reach the next rank, no matter what. Now, I'm not saying you should keep playing even if it's not fun for you. Make sure you enjoy R6 and have fun playing it before you fully commit to trying to improve in rank. So, keep playing and don't give up, and eventually you'll hit that next rank. Find the right teammates to queue with. Now, I know this is one that almost every R6 tips video mentions, but I'd like to add my own emphasis upon it. First of all, finding people you know to queue with is paramount, because then you'll be sure they won't leave and that they will communicate with the team. In a game like R6, where having one less player or no communication can make all the difference in a game, I'd say this is fairly important. What I'd like to add is that the right teammates are not always your closest friends. Here's what I mean. I used to play a bunch with a group of close friends of mine. These friends were not only a lower rank than me, but they were also often toxic and weren't as committed to the game as I was, often selling our elo. If I messed up, they would yell at me, or often they would watch reels instead of focusing on the game. This actually resulted in it being better for me to solo queue than queue with them, which is incredibly unfortunate. With that anecdote aside, here are 3 main things to look for in teammates. 1. Do they create a good atmosphere, or are they uplifting? 2. Are they as committed to the game as you are? Do they want to put in the same amount of time, or are they as serious about improving in the game? 3. Are they the same or around the same rank as you? This is important as having people too high can result in it not being fun at all for you as you get slammed by people who are higher ranked than you, and too low can bring you down with them. Looking for these 3 things will ensure you have teammates that will let you reach your full potential. Now, I know sometimes it's hard to find people or you don't have friends that play R6. Well, there are many Discord servers, content creators, and other communities where you may be able to find good teammates. Of course, I advise you to be as safe as possible when interacting with strangers online. Next up, crosshair placement. In the wonderful game of R6, I have heard many players cite their bad aim or bad recoil control as the reason for their inability to get kills. With just a bit better crosshair placement though, they could be getting kills left and right. In R6, a headshot is always a one-shot kill. This means that no matter what, if 2 people shoot, and one's aiming at the head and the other at the body, the one aiming at the head will win the gunfight. By focusing on keeping your crosshair pointed at where you expect a player's head to be, you can often kill them with just one bullet, and so it doesn't matter if you have terrible recoil control afterward. Crosshair placement is less about where you aim when shooting than it is about where you aim before you shoot. By swinging corners aiming at head level, you have a much better chance of killing anyone you run into. Mind you, use other information because the person may be crouching or prone, so use your ears and your teammates' comms to adjust as needed. Crosshair placement is about aiming where you expect the enemy to be. By practicing crosshair placement, you'll be able to increase the number of gunfights you win without needing necessarily good recoil control. Your recoil control will improve with time as you get used to how much you have to adjust to the kick of the gun. So focusing in each individual game on crosshair placement over recoil control, which you'll just learn by playing, is way more important. Next up, focus on listening. At face value, R6 may seem like a game focused on shooting, but there's a lot more that goes into it. One aspect I'd like to focus on is listening. Sound cues are so important in a game like this. If you listen well, you can hear a nitrous cell being thrown and avoid it, or escape death as you hear an enemy flanking you. Knowing what to listen for and understanding what you hear can get you kills and prevent you from being killed as much as your aim can. If you hear an enemy around a corner, you can pre-fire them, or you can give your teammates better comms because you have a better idea of what exactly the enemy is doing because you can understand what you're hearing. Next time you play, try listening to the different sounds you hear and interpreting each one. It may seem small, but it will help you out so much when trying to rank up if you can understand what's going on around you. In Siege, game sense is just as important as gun skill, if not more. And for my last piece of advice, watch videos on Siege mechanics and maps. See, by watching this video, you're doing this one already, so congrats to you. What I mean specifically, though, is watch other content creators' videos where they talk about clever angles on different maps or how to do different site setups. I do this myself as there's always new Siege tech and mechanics to learn. If you would like recommendations, Coconut Bra and Fet, I will link their channels in the description. Both have a lot of tips and tricks on their channels on how to get better at Siege. By watching different videos and implementing what tips they give you, not just the ones shown in this video, you can greatly improve in your understanding of Siege and your rank will improve greatly. See, I'm not even champion, so there are so many people out there with so many other tips who have a lot more experience than I do, who can give you really, really great advice that will help you improve a lot. If you follow these tips, you'll be better equipped to reach that next rank that may seem so far away. Now, I will say that I'm still learning and getting better myself, and I would encourage you to check out the advice that other creators have on advancing your rank, as there are so many videos on the internet. No matter what you think, you can reach your next rank with enough time and enough practice. Keep trying, follow these tips, and you will definitely improve. If you found any of these tips helpful, please consider liking or subscribing as it greatly supports me. Now with that, I wish you the best of luck on your R6 journey to champion.